Awesome. Happy new day. Today we are discussing Rev Ike's Science of Living is Thinkonomics. This is a review of the 7-chapter book. So chapter 1, Rev Ike starts with defining yourself. And oftentimes, who we have identified with, or the way we identify, is by the titles and labeling given to us by others. And unfortunately, so many of us grow up with negative labeling. And this can happen from school, it can happen with teachers, it can happen with peers, family members, even your parents. It's something that is quite common where negative labeling is given for different variations of reasons. Um, so here we talk about defining yourself for yourself, being able to spend time with self, discovering what it is that you truly desire, and claiming that in your heart and claiming that in your mind in its completed form. This is redefining who you are. And Rev Ike defines it as defining yourself, and I would like to say redefining, because often we have defined ourselves to a certain extent, even if it's not truly coming from ourselves. We have used others ideals and perspectives of us to claim who we are. So here Rev, I put emphasis on I am. And why this is important is what we know is behind I am, anything you place behind I am, you are taking total claim of, right? So this is why we seek not to say I am sick, but I am healing, right? I am getting better. So you want to be able to claim whatever it is using I am is very affirmative language. You are affirming who you are. So you can use I am to make affirmations to redefine yourself, right? And when we say redefining yourself using affirmations, constantly telling yourself who you are, right? So I am successful, I am beautiful, I am caring, I am kind. So you want to use those affirmations, use those affirmative words to be able to claim what it is that you truly desire, right? Because you must be able to claim these things in your mind to project them out into your reality. So here, Rev, I put emphasis on positive labeling. How do you view self, your self-image, right? That's one of the most important things that you can give yourself is a positive self-image. A positive self-image helps attract a certain realm of light towards you. You're able to attract the things you desire, the people you desire, your goals using positive self-imagery. So here in chapter 2, Rev Ike discusses the steps to having what you desire. Decide it, believe it, see it, feel it. As they say, the feeling gets the blessing. The feeling gets the blessing. Oftentimes, we don't get what we want because we have not made a decision. We're indecisive. We're stagnant on who it is and what it is that we desire. So, firstly, you must decide it. And I always say deciding who you are requires for you to spend time with yourself, getting to know yourself, learning more about yourself. What are the habits that you have that are healthy? What are the habits that you have that are negative? And being able to work through those things, acknowledge them, and change them. You have to believe it. You have to truly believe that your goals can come true. If you are having these negative thoughts, I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I don't have the money to do it. Oh, it's gonna be so hard. I have too many kids and I don't have the support. If you're constantly feeding yourself all the thoughts that you won't win, That's a problem. That's the same vibration that is returning back to you. That is the same vibration that is circulating around you. You must believe it in your soul, in your spirit, in the depths of your mind, in your heart. You must believe that you are going to obtain everything that you desire. You must know that it's the divine right to have what it is that you want. You must see it. You must feel it. The feeling gets the blessing. See yourself in that house you want. See yourself in the car that you want. See yourself wrapped around the love that you desire. You must see it and feel it. You must hold it in the deep insides of you, right? And that's why affirmations is so important. It helps to reprogram the mind of what it is that you truly desire, and it helps for you to bring it in on a vibrational level. Chapter 3, Rev Ike discusses forgiving self. Forgiving self. Why is this so important? Oftentimes, the reason why we're having this negative self-talk is because we have not forgiven ourselves. We have not forgiven ourselves for the times that we let ourselves down, for the times that we didn't pay attention to our needs, for the times that we did not soothe ourselves in the midst of trauma. We have not forgiven ourselves. And not forgiving yourself is one of the worst things you can do, because you're carrying it all on you. It's weighing you down. You're carrying the pressure. You're carrying the baggage. Oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, why did I do that? I should have completed faster. You're constantly weighing yourself down with those baggages of yesterday, of years prior. You're constantly holding on to that. It's important to let that go, because once you're letting go of those burdens, of the baggages that's holding you down, you're able to vibrate at a higher level. You feel more free. You feel that now you have created space, right? Because you have created some clarity in your life by giving yourself peace, by telling yourself, I forgive me. I forgive me. I realized what I could have done differently, and now I am willing to make the necessary changes, right? We don't want to hold on to those um, negative emotions and negative feelings. And a lot of times we're holding on to someone else's negative emotions, right? We're holding on to the person that wronged us. We're still holding on to that. We're still upset. We haven't let go of that. We haven't let go of the guilt, right? And when we're having a guilt complex mindset, it doesn't allow for us to attract the things that we truly desire. It doesn't allow for that. So here in chapter 4, God is in you. God is in you. So chapter 4, Rev Ike makes it a point to let you know that your power is God power. And he wanted to make sure that you made a connection between the good that God did and the good that you can do, the good that you are capable of, moving past that poverty mindset and knowing that my father did not put me here to suffer. I am here to progress. I am here to experience prosperity. I am here to experience abundance. And knowing and moving in that light, not separating yourself from the riches of God, but knowing that your father riches are your riches. You have access to those things. You have access to happiness. You have access to um, being in complete bliss, knowing that whatever it is that you truly want, you can have, and not separating yourself from those things, not thinking that you have to wait till later time to experience it. And Rev Ike made it a point that you experience heaven now, not later. Heaven is something, it is a emotion, it is a feeling that you have now, and it's not something that you have to wait for until after death. Um, Themes of mindful people. What are mindful people doing, right? So what are some ways that we can change our own behaviors to make them more of mindful individuals? So one is approach life with a growth mindset. I also refer to this as looking at the glass half full, right? Oftentimes we are automatically going into it with a this will not work. This will not work mindset. We're constantly telling ourselves, that plan won't happen. I won't be able to do it. You have to change that in your mind. How do we change it in our mind? When we recognize that we're giving ourselves negative talk, automatically begin to give yourself positive talk. When you hear yourself say, I can't, I can. However, I understand that this is not an easy process, but I know I can do it, right? You want to give yourself that positive talk as if you're talking to your best friend. Because essentially, you are your best friend. And if you're not, you're building that relationship with yourself to become your best friend. Gratitude attitude. Gratitude attitude. A gratitude attitude calls in so much prosperity, right? So when you're constantly in life giving thanks, thanking others, being appreciative for even the smallest blessings, it calls in more blessings. So no matter how small it is, just the idea that, hey, today I'll get another opportunity to work towards that dream, another opportunity to work towards that goal. I give thanks. I give supreme gratitude to this experience. I am happy that God has chosen me and I am willing to do the work. You want to go into every opportunity and anything that someone is giving to you with complete thankfulness, right? So creating and surrounding yourself in peace. Oh, this is a very important one. Watch the company you keep. Watch the things you are listening to. This is one that is easier said than done because it takes practice, right? It has to become part of habit to protect yourself and to protect yourself on every element, whether it's spiritually, physically, emotionally, surrounding yourself around people who are of positive light is essential to your spiritual growth. It's essential to your process. Okay, number four, building a relationship with yourself. A lot of the times we don't even know who we are. We haven't spent a substantial amount of time alone discovering what it is that we truly enjoy and want. I always say that journaling is a good way of doing so, and also finding ways to meditate, right? So I'm all for sit down meditations, but I also like to include physical activity. So whatever that may look like for you. For me, it's skating. For you, it may be swimming. I love swimming too. And so it looks different. It might be bike riding. It might be going to the gym, but you definitely want to add some physical activity in there that happens to strengthen your mindset and relationship with yourself, right? And so, number five, we have accepting the highs and lows of life. This is the balance, right? We know that we are going to experience challenges. And if we don't, what would be the purpose, right? We need the challenges. We need the challenges to be able to um, access new elements of ourselves. We need the challenges so that we can heighten and elevate our light. So it's important that we experience the challenges, know that they're going to be there, and this is our opportunity to use our power. So commanding your power, knowing that you are one with the infinite, you are one with the infinite source, you are aligned, you have direct correlation to all of the power, you are connected to it. and you claim that power, you command that power, you command good health, you command prosperity, you command abundance, you command success, and you command infinite money. Know that it is yours. Command it, hold on to it, let it radiate from you. Know that those things are your divine right. That essentially, when God gave you this physical experience, you have the divine right to all of those elements. The truth about you. The truth about you. So here, Rev Ike says the true identity of you is the identity of your father. Again, he is putting emphasis on there is no separation between you and the father. Rev Ike was one to constantly make sure that you know that you had complete power to heal yourself and that it was your job, that you were to have your own relationship with God, for you to have your own connection with God, and to know that you did not have to work to get to God through someone else. This, you have a divine source to the source. Okay, chapter 7, the last chapter of Rev Ike's book, talks about visualization and how opening your inner eye, really taking your time to see yourself, to see your success, to see the dream that you desire come true, right? And we know that part of sin, it requires for us to prepare for it. It requires for us to do the work towards it. And it's also required that we know that we have divine right to all that it is that we desire. Okay, guys, till next time. This was the review of Reverend Ike's Science of Living, Thinkonomics.